Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Is it really already January 2021? I don't know about you, but I am super excited. We are kicking off a new year, and there's not more of a better beginning than starting a new year, right? We can have a new month, we can have a new week of a new year, and we're really starting something new. It reminds me of that verse in the Bible where it says, I'm doing a new thing. Can you not perceive it? And I'm excited about that. I am perceiving it. I am visualizing it. I am speaking it. I am ready for it. I'm going to wait as you jump on here to really dive into the content of today. I got a couple things I want to say to you. I've spent the whole morning with my family, getting ready for our premiere next week. I'm so excited for the US premiere, the MACE premiere. Then we've got conference, our first ever virtual conference coming right up behind it. But you know what? We got a lot to do right now today. So I'm ready to kick it off. Do me a favor, tag your new people. I know you've been signing new people because those codes are flying off the shelf. We don't have many left. They're going to be gone before we know it. I want to make sure that they know that we provide monthly coaching at the beginning of the month. They're in business for themselves, but not by themselves. Also, I want you to share this into your team pages. Let's work smarter, not harder, and let's not duplicate efforts. Now, there's a couple things we're going to talk about today. I want to give you a minute to jump on before we jump full into it. Mike said something on the call last night that's just been, it's just been rolling around in my mind. And it's funny because when he said it, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, I wasn't successful in this business because I was super talented speaker or super talented with words and closing a sale. What made me good at this business is I just kept going forward consistently, day in, day out. What do I mean by that? I gave winning a chance in my life. And that's what I want to invite you to do today. I want to invite you to allow winning to happen in your life. And I promise you this, it works, can be that tool for you to start winning physically with your health. Maybe it's weight loss goals, or financially, making some part-time income. Listen, this is a business where your work ethic writes your paycheck. Your work ethic writes your paycheck. This isn't net wishing, this is networking, and I just want to remind you of that. What I loved about it is I could work it around my family's schedule. I could work it around my full-time job. I could, there's various things that I could have some flexibility in. So, all that said, I'm really excited. We got a lot of things to cover today. I don't want to get too off track. I could be here for an hour. That's the kind of stuff I have for you. So we're going to give winning in our lives a shot. And for those of you that have already been winning, we're going to keep winning, and we're going to win more. We're going to win bigger. And you know what Mark said this morning? He said, I'm looking to see who really wants it. I'm looking to see who's serious about changing their lives and the lives of others. Do me a favor. Drop the emoji with the hand in the air of like, I'm giving winning a chance. Those of you that have been winning and you're going to continue to win and help others win, give me that same emoji. I want to know who's with me. And quite frankly, you can tell me you're with me all day long, but the truth of it all is going to be watching what happens as you go to work right now, as you take advantage of what we just announced on the 29th of December to kick off the new year. We'll see. The proof will be in the pudding. And it was funny. I was watching a sermon yesterday with Furtick, and he was like, don't get on social and tell me you're working out and you're going to crush your goals. He's like, show me you crush your goals. We'll see it when your body's transforming over time. I thought, that's good. I mean, I always love to show the process too, but I love it. He's basically saying, prove it. Just go do it, and you guys, I literally was thinking last night on the call, nothing about me would have said anything to you that she's going to be a massive success in a business like this. She's going to go Black Diamond. She's going to be a top income earner. Nothing said that more than my work ethic. And it was just consistently day in, working it, getting after it, deciding, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to give winning a chance in my life. That kind of thing. Jim Rohn has a great quote, and it's this. He says, winning doesn't happen in a day. It happens day by day. He actually said success, but I changed it. I put my little Cammy twist to it. Winning doesn't happen in a day. It happens day by day. And you know what? We may not can control the harvest, but we can control the amount of seeds that are being planted. We can control the amount of seeds that are going in the ground that will give us a higher chance of a greater harvest. Obviously, we can water those seeds. We can, work the soil and weed and do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, that harvest isn't as much in on us as it is of making sure those seeds get in the ground, because then nothing can happen if there's no seeds in the ground. And so with what we've announced this for this month, as we kick off the new year, not one of you watching today does not have a plan. Not one of you watching today does not have a path for you to get where you want to be. And that's what I'm excited about. I'm thinking about those of you that are here today. You're like, I just want to lose weight, or I just want to feel better. I'm tired of being tired or stressed or whatever. We got you. We got you. And you know what? We really got you in the form of what we're calling our slimming gummies. And if you haven't tried those yet, they are marvelous. Don't be surprised if you see a message go up that says, expect delays. Guys, we are blowing it out of the water with how many of those. It reminds me of the launch of the Thermophyte X to the X, lose up to 31 pounds in 90 days. And guess what? We still have that product. So guys, we got you if that's why you're here. If you're here because you've been praying for something, you needed a vehicle that you could go to work and make some extra money, we got you. Right now, when you join, if you can hit a level of Ruby, and you're going to want to read all the rules and regulations on that, insert income disclosure statement, you can earn a $300 bonus in your first month if you go to a position we call Ruby. And you've got 2 full calendar months to hit a position called Emerald, and we'll give you $5,000. I mean, we got something for everybody. And for those of you that are already, are not yet Emerald, but you're in, guess what? You have until the end of February. You have until the end of February to go Emerald and get that $5,000 bonus. And for those of you that are already Emerald, guess what? We've got a bonus for you in the form of leadership bonuses, new distributor leadership bonuses that you can earn as you're helping these people get on board and rank up to the position of Emerald. So we've got something for everyone. Today, I don't want to focus on the announcements. I mean, shout out to the corporate team for the update, the higher BV of the Pick 2, Pick 3, US and ACE. I love the kind of preset packages, even though it's not a package, of us really complementing greater results with some of our top selling products. And remember, if you are enrolling a new distributor and you want to take advantage of that 60% off, they need to use, I don't have that in my notes, and that's okay because I'm just not going to talk about that right now. All right. In your back office, in your eSuite document library, we have what's called the January game plan, okay? I print it off and I start going to work on it. That's what I do. So print it off if you have not already. The one thing you might want to do to complement what I'm doing here is really inspect what you expect with your team, especially for those of you that have people on your team, whether it's 2, 3, 100. Are they putting their plan on paper? Okay? If it doesn't go on paper, it's just a wish. Get it on paper. What do you want? Put it in front of you. Speak it out every single day. So It Works has a solution for the resolutions, you guys. And obviously, we're going to help people give winning a try in the area of their health and of their finances. But I also want to talk to you about the fact that right now, because of the time of year, you have attention of more people than you normally would because they're motivated to make a change. We know not everybody will follow through with that, but you know what? They deserve to hear about it. They deserve to know what we have to offer here. So you should be leaving no stone unturned who you're talking to, even if it's past people that you've talked to that are no longer with us, or past people you've talked to that were not interested, or somebody you haven't even thought of yet. Leave no stone unturned. There's so many opportunities for conversation right now because of people's increased desire to lose weight, get healthier, and improve their finances, okay? So we have a lot of ways you can have conversations right now. And I'm gonna talk to you and what that looks like on social media here in a minute. So I want to remind you, though, as we continue to be excited about being New Year's season and all the resolutions, I want you to know that relationships are still your greatest resource. Hands down, is what sets It Works apart. You know, we have these incredible products, but our number one product has always been and will continue to be people. And so make sure you're keeping people at the forefront of these conversations. Make it about them. What do they need? Make it about your team. What do they need? So I want to talk to you about something I call a 3D and a 2D conversation. I heard this at a conference once, and it has forever changed my life. I don't know how many of you guys leave a conference with a notebook full of ahas and great ideas, but how many of those great ideas actually get implemented and make a difference? Well, this is one of those for me, and I'm going to share it with you today. And if you've heard it before, well, repetition is powerful, so here you go. There's such a thing as 3D and 2D conversations. What do I mean by that? A 3D conversation is an in-person conversation, a face-to-face, a phone, that, like that live conversation, where nothing can be lost in translation like a text message or an email. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like a 3D conversation, you can hear the tone in their voice. You can see the look in their eye. Maybe it's a video message, maybe it's a voice message, but ideally it's on the phone, FaceTime, Zoom, or in person, okay? And I can't think of a greater time like right now than people need that human connection. So a couple things I want to just mention while we're here. The way we're living right now through this pandemic, this isn't new, this isn't a surprise, but I don't really see it changing anytime soon. But the need for human connection has never been greater. So as you're kicking off your own New Year's goals and your own resolutions and your own desires for winning, as you're talking to people about winning with you, whether they're a part of it works or not, make sure you're having those 3D conversations so they can hear your voice, they can sense your energy, your enthusiasm, they can look you in the eye. Whether I'm picking up the phone right now to say, what are your goals with all the things they just announced? Where are we going? How quickly do we want to get there? Being able to listen and hear what their hopes and dreams are so that you can come along and support that, whether it's by signing up a new customer distributor or helping someone on your team. 3-dimensional conversations have never, ever been more important. Never. And so I know sometimes we're looking at quantity, but you've also heard us say over and over, this business is a science and it's an art. So while we want to keep planting new seeds, like I was talking about, we've also got to nurture, develop the relationship. Our number one resource is these relationships. So guys, I want to encourage you to make sure you're making that a priority, okay? I want to give you a couple opportunities that are available for you. The field team is constantly working to put in place tools that can help you win, right? That can help you sign up new customers, new distributors, and get your business launched in the right way. Help your new people. Maybe you're like, hey man, bringing in so many people, I just can't launch them all. Well, let us help you. If you're not a triple diamond or above, we have a group page called Road to VIP. If you are a triple or above, we have a page for you called the VIP page. This is where we make these announcements and regularly update when things are happening. But the one, we've got power hours every day between English, Spanish, and French every day. Power hours is you're doing your KPIs, your income producing activities that will help you sign more customers and distributors. Things like doing a reel, things like getting up your host to post, sending a message. How do you respond? We do all that with you. I'm not saying that doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing those things, but don't do it at the same time. Plug into what we're offering. I also want you to know they're modeling prospecting calls. You guys, we're back to sharing the business. Tuesday nights. You can get on at 8. Now, these are all at 8:30 p.m. every night. Same Zoom room, same ID number, so there's no confusion. You can find the information in those group pages, okay? But on Tuesday nights, get your prospects on. Or if you're new, get on to see how we're talking about the business, talking about the products. We just unveiled some tools for you in the form of libraries. We've got before and afters. You can find them on Pinterest or in your Connect app. We've got a testimony library of videos where people are literally sharing a 30 to 60 second what they've done in the business. It's already been approved by our compliance legal team, so you don't have to worry about that. When we were doing this in person, I could bring someone up in front of the room with me and they could share a bit about their story. In today's reality, we're trying to create those spaces where you can have that same experience because stories sell. That's what sells, right? The experience in our stories. So that's happening on Tuesday nights, 8:30 p.m. It's about a 20-minute call. We walk through, why you should join this business, why you should try using these products. Wednesday nights for new distributor training. It's about an hour 45 minutes, and it's getting a new person started, helping them, know those first few things they need to do right as they get going. That doesn't eliminate you supporting that new person, but it does give you some extra added support. Keep that in mind. Every Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Thursday nights is a how to sell our samples, right? Because we know in the US, our kits come with the sample credits. We know internationally, we sell samples, right? We sell samples to let people try the product. So it's a selling samples Zoom on Thursday night. Again, 8:30, same numbers, et cetera, et cetera. I'm throwing a lot at you. You can go back and watch this at any time. I wanted you to know that for a couple reasons, because I genuinely believe that many of you do not know those resources are available to you. And it's just shocking to me because they're out there, but I know we're all going a million miles an hour on very different directions. So we want to give grace there and just continue to remind you and stay consistent there. And these are the consistent things that we have in place to support you, in addition to some additional leadership Zooms every Wednesday. If you're diamond or higher, I'm going to come in and personally coach you. I'm going to bring in some of the best in our industry to teach you what they're doing to lead well. I don't know that any of us were born thinking we're going to lead. And yet I know leaders aren't just born, they're developed, and we develop our people here. And that's what we do every Wednesday on those calls. So ready to kind of get to work for a minute here? This is what I want you to know. What I love about this game plan is it really holds you accountable to write things down, right? And so I want you to write down 5 names of people you need to strengthen a relationship with. It could be someone on your prospect list that you just know you want them on your team. So you got to continue to develop that relationship. But it could also be somebody already new on your team, or someone that's been on your team for a while, and you know that you just need to make sure that relationship is solidified. You're on the same page. That's not just a one-time thing, guys. That's a regular time thing. Those are those 3D conversations. By the way, I get my best ideas from you guys. So tell me how, in the current climate we're living in, where we are missing human connection like never before, what are some ways you are strategically making sure you're getting the human connection with your people to really increase the likelihood of their success because of the value that you're offering in that relationship, how you're mentoring them? How are you just building the relationship so that you know more about them? I love what John Maxwell says, when you get the person right, the business works. And that's what we're talking about here. I want you to write down 10 people you know that either want to get healthier or lose weight. Now, as you think about those 10 people specifically you're going to reach out to, I want you to think about your posts on social media, your stories, your reels. What should that look like to attract people that have weight loss goals, health goals? Think about that, okay? That should be what's in your social media. That should be what your social media is exemplifying. And I just want to say, and Mark wanted me to reiterate this, you guys, social media is about creating conversations that then you take into your DM or you take onto the phone, and you begin developing that relationship and casting vision for what it works can offer them. Okay, I just want to reiterate that. Social media give us an opportunity to create conversations with new people so that then we can get them on a Zoom, talk to them about the business. We can send them a video perhaps and really help them get a better idea of what we've got. But also, I want you to write down 10 people you know that wants to make extra money, and then be thinking as you're putting your social plans together, what kind of posts on my grid, what kind of posts on my story should I be having that'll in turn, draw people in about the business. Maybe we got to be careful, right? We got to follow all the things, but there's definitely ways you can, do you want to make extra money? Nail money, right? It doesn't have to be like a brand new house. It's the small things, you guys, that really grab people's attention. Maybe it's taking a kid to lunch during the middle of the day when you're like, why aren't you at a job? Or, those kinds of things. So keep that in mind, because that's what our social media strategy should be behind. All right. So I don't know about you guys, but I was super excited to say goodbye to 2020. Super excited to say goodbye to 2020. And yet there's a lot of learning opportunities from 2020. Things I learned about myself. Things maybe I like, maybe things I don't like. Things I had set goals for, and maybe things that I missed. Things I did, things that I didn't. I think reflection is powerful, but we got to take what we've learned and we got to focus forward so that we can make this one of our best years yet. Mark is watching. I'm watching. The field team's watching. We are watching to see who's hungry right now and who wants What we are saying is at your fingertips, you guys. That's a decision. You get to decide that. We can't decide that for you, but we can watch. We can be your biggest fans. And you heard Mark say last night, the environment that you're allowing yourself to be in is going to be the number one most influential piece for the good or for the bad. Do you know what I'm saying? That will impact you the greatest. So here's what I know. If you have more than 10 goals or less than 7, you need to have 7 to 10. That's the right number. Anything more than that is just spreading yourself too thin. Anything less than that, well, it's better than having no goals, I guess. But I'd say push yourself to, 7. And then, maybe write down what your highest priority is. Because we always make time for what is of most importance to us. We do. You guys, I have sticky notes all around my house. I'm 142 pounds and I love to work out. I've adopted and or fostered 1 child. I have so much money in my bank. Just like I have them all around. I'm saying them in the morning. I'm seeing them on my Post-it notes. I've got my dream board in front of me. It's really making my conscious and unconscious mind all on board with this. And then I'm looking at my schedule to say, is this aligning with what I want? And I do have to tell you guys, I'm so pumped. This book has been such a game changer for me. Some of it's not new at all, but some of it, is just said in a way that I thought, that is so right. And this woman, probably on a whole nother level, I've always said, I never use the word sacrifices. It always sounds negative. I use the word investments in what I want. And as you think about your goals and the priorities of those goals, you are going to have to say no to something so you can say yes to others. She said in this book, and I love the way she said it, she said, every time we say no, that opens up a yes. Every time we say yes, it's going to line up a no, right? Because there's only so much time in a day and you can do anything, but you can't do everything, right? So she doesn't say sacrifices and investments. She says they're choices. They're choices. And is this going to be a choice that leads you closer to what you want, or a choice that moves you further away? And I love that. I say investments because I truly believe with the choices that I'm talking about making has been for the success of this business. And I love what she said because it can be a holistic. And she really said there is no such thing as balance, you guys, but there is integration. And I want to challenge you to figure out ways you can integrate building this business wherever you go, whoever you talk to, play dates, professional time, and she didn't have a lot of downtime, if you will, because her choice was to invest in the direction of where they wanted to be as a family. So I just wanted to mention that to you today. We got a lot of things on the table, guys, a lot of things on the table. And but it comes down to you giving winning a chance and then taking action. Do you have accountability? That's the other question. So I said giving winning a chance, I said taking action, and then I said, do you have accountability? Because I don't believe you're serious if you don't have accountability. And I don't know about you. I don't necessarily love the word accountability, but I do love the word worthy rival. Somebody that can come right next to you and you guys can push each other, right? And so, you gotta have your personal development. I just kind of showed you one of the things I was doing. I got another one that I picked up recently called Authentic Leadership. I think that really helps, especially in the day and age we're in right now, on how we can genuinely develop those relationships and build the influence of becoming somebody people want to follow. So, number 1, give winning a chance. Number 2, we're going to take action. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Number 3, do you have your accountability? And then number 4, how are you going to keep a daily winning mindset? And that's going to be through your personal and professional development and the people you're hanging around with. Personal and professional development and the circle you're hanging around with. Guys, there's a spot on here for you to keep track of your steps of success. Are you not yet Emerald, or are you new and you want to go Emerald? Okay, you need to know steps of success. You need to be bored with it. There's a space here for you to absolutely keep track of running your auto ship, gathering your customers, getting your new DTs, and setting yourself up for a position we call Ruby. And then we go Ruby and we turn around and teach people Ruby. Follow those steps to success. Go Ruby themselves and will all of a sudden become Emerald, Diamond, and above. It is our system for success. It is our system to a winning program. And how do you win? It starts right here. And it's consistent activity, day in and day out. Winning doesn't happen in a day. It happens day by day. It's a mindset. And so you got to make sure you're protecting the soil that you're in, the environment that you're in, the people, what you're reading, what you're listening to. You guys, there's times where I got to turn on the worship music because I got lots of other things in my mind messing with me, and the worship music will get me on track. So here's the deal. Do you have accountability? If you don't, I'll be your accountability partner. Now, I believe you need somebody probably in person directly that can call you and call you out. But if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you are, because I'm going to be literally doing it with you. I've got some major weight loss goals still in place, and I've got other goals in place. And I'm just going to be talking about that. I'm going to talk about keeping a winning mindset. I'm going to be talking about my habits, right? The products I'm using, the fact that I'm, loving the Slimming Gummies, which, by the way, here's a tip for you right now. You can drop this in the comment if you're doing it or you have something better. They say the Slimming Gummy works best if you take it consistently every day, same time frame. So I set 2 alarms on my phone, one at 10:30, one at 2:30. I take 2 at 10:30, 2 at 2:30. And it's an annoying alarm that goes off, but guess what? I'm not forgetting. And I'm doing the same with my ThermoFight X. So there's a tip for you. I'm not taking those gummies up to me remembering, because life is busy and there's no remembering. But I have those set on my phone so that I don't forget to take them, because I'm 142 pounds and I love to work out. I've got big goals in the area of my health, and I'm going to make sure I crush them. So if you don't have that accountability yet, or you're working on getting it, or you want more accountability, follow me on Instagram. We're going to do this together, guys. It's not easy, but the last thing you need is shame, guilt. You need someone there rooting you on, right alongside you. It doesn't mean every day I'm going to wake up and feel like winning. I'm going to have to work on that winning mindset. I'm going to share with you what I'm doing to have that winning mindset. It's kind of like when I was doing coffee chats. I'm going to be doing that with you daily on my stories. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. We'll do that together. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you for being on here today, for showing up. And now you got to make the daily decision to give winning a try. And then you got to take action. Who's going to hold you accountable? And how are you going to protect your mind so you can keep that winning mindset every single day? You guys, I'm pumped. We got a big start here to a new year. So many endless opportunities. We've created so many tools and promotions to help create wins for you. I don't think I have forgotten to say anything, actually. I think I've actually remembered it all. Remember, guys, your greatest resource is the relationship side of this business. And so you cannot forget about the relationship. New relationships, old relationships, every relationship in between, that's your greatest resource. And it's not new, but that's hard right now. So we got to make it a priority. We got to figure out ways. I'm excited to go back and read through the comments and see some of the ways you're doing that. But, we got this. Give winning a try. Why not? Why not you? Why not now? Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I love you, and we're going to just keep coming at you with support, tools, training, mentorship, encouragement, and everything in between, because we're doing this together. Can you feel that? Show me you're committed. Comment below that you are committed. I want to see how committed that you are. And if you want to write down your top goal or top couple goals, I can't wait to read that. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to advocate for yourself, how to advocate for others, and how to keep that winning mindset and stay consistent as we don't just have all these great goals as we kick off the new year, but we continue on that track. All right, you guys, I love you, and have an awesome Monday.